Evelyn Sorensen's last wish was to see her artwork here at Art Prize, but she never got to see that happen because she passed away in May. But Hospice of Michigan is helping to make that last wish come true. I'm being joined by Marcy Hillary, the Executive Director of Hospice of Michigan. Tell me about Evelyn, her creativity, and Evelyn as a patient.
Sure. Evelyn was a patient of ours, and her entire life she was an artist. She grew up in Detroit and during the Depression and sat on the steps while the Detroit Institute of Art was being built, and from that point on knew that this was a life for her. She created art all through the years of her life, and this piece was done when she was 96 years old.
Wow. So this is something that you've taken upon yourself and Hospice of Michigan to make sure that her dream was fulfilled. Why is that important?
Sure. It was actually her nurse, her Hospice of Michigan nurse, that helped Evelyn. Evelyn knew her piece was accepted into Art Prize before she passed away, but then our nurse took it upon herself to make sure it got entered, had a venue, and that's why it's here today.
So Evelyn was not from Grand Rapids, but she was already making plans to come see her installation hanging up in Grand Rapids.
Sure. She lived in a cottage just north of Manistee, and that's where she created most of her works of art. And really, our staff worked with all of the folks here at DeVos Place to also make this happen.
So Evelyn's grandson, he is fully aware of the art that is hanging behind us. He's actually making the trip to Grand Rapids to see his grandmother's work.
Right. Her grandson, Derek, is the trustee of all of her works of art. He lives in New York City, and he's planning to come here in October to see the piece.
Wow. So tell me about her work.
This piece is called Twilight Time, and it's part of a series. It's the last one of a series, and it's actually written after a song that was popular during World War II, and that was her inspiration for it.
Wow. And what has been the feedback from people that have heard of Evelyn's story? Are they touched and moved?
Well, of course, our whole Hospice of Michigan family has been very moved by this, and obviously extended to her family as well. We are just starting to get the word out, so we're hoping throughout Art Prize that people will see how committed we are to making sure that people have quality of life at end of life.
And what do you think Evelyn's doing now? She's smiling down on you? I'm sure she is.
She's watching us right now, Jordan. Of course she's smiling.
Such an incredible story. Thank you so much to the Hospice of Michigan for making Evelyn's dream come true. And make sure you check out Evelyn's piece right here at DeVos Hall.